Hey guys, how are you? Back again with me, your anonymous INFJ. Today I want to talk about the top three types that I happen to be really good friends with, or the ones that I have really good relationships with. And yeah, I sort of want to share that. And of course, this is my personal experience with a small sample, as in, this cannot be like generalized that every person of this type would be exactly the same. But yeah, and then how I would measure like my indicator that I get along with someone would be that I can be really candid with them, because I think my thoughts are often it's perceived too offbeat or like too strange or something. I mean, I've had a lot of comments like that saying, you are so weird, why do you even think that, and all of that. So whenever I can, I find someone that I can be really candid with, that I can really express my feelings and my thoughts with, that's just really special for me. Okay, so the first that I want to talk about is an ICJ friend that I know. We met at workplace. We naturally became close because of the situation itself. And then as time goes, we like to talk. And then because, like I said, because I can be really candid with her, then we just felt comfortable and that we clicked. Especially, I think we have the same Enneagram type. I feel like we are both type 1, the reformer, because we tend to really discuss about, is this really the way, is this really the best way it should be? Or, something is wrong with the system, like this is wrong, that is wrong. And we sort of want to fix all of that, and we sort of like really obsess about that. But then I feel like her motivation is simply for her family. Like, she wants to make a proper living for herself and her family. I think I can see her dominant as although she can be someone, for me, she is quite an open-minded person. Someone I can share about my life principles, that about maybe being financially independent, about having kids, about postponing wanting kids and all that. She can understand all of that, but I feel like her approach is more practical, of course, because she is a TE user, which I like. And yeah, her family is really her drive. That's something that I can really tell. So yeah, that's like a quick brief about the ISTJ. Maybe later on I can go back and talk about her again. And I also have a really close ESTP friend. We became naturally close because I don't know, because she's an extrovert and she's just really happy-go-lucky, and I'm just this I was quiet, and I always thought that I was an extrovert, actually, until my school years, I guess. I always thought that I'm an extrovert, because I even had a psychology test, and it resulted in me being an extrovert and everything. But then apparently that's just the extroverted feeling that I'm projecting. But okay, this ESTP friend, we share, I think in the beginning we barely share anything in common, but it's just that, again, like I said, I can be candid with her. I can be frontal without having to edit myself too much. And I really appreciate, meeting people like that. And I feel like we naturally became close because, in a way, we are attracted to each other's strength, I guess. Yeah, I mean, she's just really someone who's lighthearted. She actually is a goal-oriented person too, and her high TI is making her really, like, she has to know like the cause and effect of something, and she also likes to rationalize situations, which is something that I also like to do. And then she has a really low NI though, so yeah, I think a lot of our conversations would include like her discussing about her long-term plans with me, and really just like evaluating if this is like the best thing to do and stuff like that. And what's funny is that because she has FE as her third function, and third function is based on my observation, seems to, people are, we we tend to use the third function as like what do you call it, like a defense mechanism, or like a function that you consult with when you are trying to make big decisions. Or that's just like one way to explain it. Like for me, if I want to make any decision or any kind of step, in my life, I would really try to analyze, is it, I use my TI more, and of course comes a bit like effortlessly, like it will come to me like without me trying to dig deep into it. So I sort of dig into my TI, or introverted thinking, and trying to make sense of it. Is this making any sense? Is this going to benefit me, or everything? But for her, I can really tell, my ESTP friend, she consult her extroverted feeling as in, she would really consider her family, like her parents, and a lot of like harmony in general is what she would consider, when making any kind of decisions. So yeah, that's my ESTP friend, and we had a really close connection. Like I said, I can be really candid and tell her any kind of weird thoughts that I have. But I mean, eventually we don't really, we don't really have that kind of intensity in talking with each other anymore, because we've grown older, wiser, and whatever, and we're busy with our own lives stages right now. Yeah, but we're still good friends. And then the last type that I would mention in this video would be an INTJ. I think a lot of my videos talk about INTJs because I feel like they just get me, or I mean in particular my husband. We grow really naturally close to each other. We were just like friends, and it was a really weird feeling when I started, being close to him, and I started noticing, this person, we can really click, and it's something that I cannot really pinpoint because I wasn't aware of MBTI. Like, we got close about how many years ago? It was so long. I was just, I don't know anything about MBTI. I don't even know about my type. But once I learned about the MBTI, we were already married, and I was like, oh my god, I was laughing at the explanation because it's just, everything explains our relationship. So basically, I felt like in the beginning, we had a strong connection that we don't even need to talk about. We were talking about books, like the books that he was reading, and books that I want to read, or whatever, like that. Even like movies and music. Yeah, we were like talking about all of that casually, and then I had a nasty breakup, and he was there like as a friend, so we talked a lot with each other, and I felt that he's just really understanding. Like, he's this wise persona. Like, finally someone gets it. It was really great. We had our differences, of course. FE versus TE is something that we really worked on, because in the beginning I was like kind of like maybe nagging and everything, like you're not showing enough affection for me, like everything like that, but then eventually I mean, he's willing to sort of, we meet in the middle, and then I think I developed more of my thinking functions, or logical thinking, stuff like that, thanks to him. Yeah, that's what I feel. And maybe for him, he sort of just kind of learned to be less like abrasive, or I mean, to be a bit more considerate. I'm trying to look at myself in the mirror. Sorry, I wasn't really censored all the time. So yeah, that's like brief explanation of the top 3 types that's really close to me, that I can be really candid with. I can be who I really am, and I just really appreciate that kind of relationship. It's not easy being an INFJ. I think a lot of you would know about this, and once you feel like you're being accepted, it's just a really great thing. I think the last person, or like an additional type that I may add, would be like my mom, but she hasn't taken the test yet. I'm guessing she could be I know it's just a guess, but she could be an ESFJ or I'm not sure, ESFP, but she does seem like a sensor. And it's funny that from this three person that I mentioned, two of them are sensors. But I mean, maybe, yeah, again, this is like the particular people that I met. They're pretty awesome people. So yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.